Cool. All right, welcome to the PSBS, as the PlayStation Bull Session podcast. This is episode 14, and I'm your host, Cody PSN Body Boys, and my co-host here is...
Andrew Arenas, double is.
Yes, and this week we actually have a lot of news this week, unlike last week where we were it's mostly a viewer mail episode.
Well,
This
not
week we
just
actually got
last week, more like past 2 weeks.
Yeah, and, but yeah, we want to thank everybody who submitted viewer mail last week, because you really helped out the episode. But this week, we don't have any viewer mail, but we got a lot of news, a lot of stuff to go over. So, got to get right into it, because there's, like I said, there's a lot here, a lot of stuff we can talk about.
Good.
So, one thing we can get off right away is they announced the new games for PlayStation Plus for May.
Oh, the pure hatred from everybody on this list. But yeah, go. Of course, people are not happy with it.
Well, no one's ever happy.
I know, but this one, people are just absolutely
Relatively
just done
stuff.
for some reason. Now list
really...
these bad games that people have quoted here. The bad games. List the bad games.
We got on PS4. We got Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition.
Terrible game. No, don't play it. No.
We're being sarcastic for people who can't tell. We got Ether One.
Huh? Wait, that was not a sarcastic one. Huh?
Well, I'll get back to that in a second. So that's on PS4. On PS3, we got The Unfinished Swan, which is crossed by with...
Also terrible. It's so boring. All you do is paint. Whatever.
which is crossed by with PS4 and Vita. Race the Sun on PS3, and also crossed by with PS4 and Vita.
That was a pretty interesting game. Race the Sun. And I love the title. Race the Sun.
Race the Sun.
Yeah.
Taste the rainbow. That sort of thing. Skittles product. Skittles DLC for that game.
Yeah, that would not surprise me.
Ho Ho Cum? How you say that?
Oh, nope. Ho Hokum.
Ho Hokum, there you go. That's on Vita and it's crossed by with PS4 and PS3. And lastly on Vita we got Murasaki Baby.
Murasaki Baby,
yeah.
Now, this is a great list of games. I don't understand what people's qualms are with this list, considering, because it's not an original, what used to be an original $60 game put into PlayStation Plus just to be shoehorned in. I mean, look at that right there. Well, how many games was that for PS4? Do a head count. Was that 4?
It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 with all the cross-buy ones?
5 PS4 games. And at least 3 of them are probably one of the best PlayStation Network games that you can ever buy, and thus people are not happy.
Yeah. I mean, I played Guacamelee on Vita, and I like it, but I didn't, I never played the PS4 version, so I don't know, because it's supposed to be different. They added new levels, I think, and character skins, and there's like a co-op mode.
Yep, and it has its own separate trophy list, and
there you go.
And it's a little bit harder. I played quite a bit of it on PS4. It's quite nice.
Does it?
Huh?
Does it have online co-op?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Mm-mm. I never tested out the co-op really in Guacamelee.
No.
Maybe we could play it. I mean, but there's also a share play option.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Ether One. That's a new game. That's like free on release. I don't know what this one's about. Let me see what it says. This haunting first-person puzzler tasks you with restoring the minds of mentally ill by solving complex puzzles and sewing together the frayed strands of the patient's lives. Be warned, not everything is as it seems.
That sounds interesting.
Horror puzzle game. Yeah, check that one out. Then Unfinished Swan's another game I never played, but I hear good stuff about.
It's a fantastic game. I love that game.
Excited to play that.
Yeah, definitely playing on PS4. Definitely is quite good on PS4. And then, what else we got?
Race the Sun is a minimalist racing game. Forces you to compete against the setting sun in what is both a deeply calming and nail-biting session. It may sound like a contradiction, but it's true.
No, Race the Sun was an interesting game. That game was also on PC. Yeah, Race the Sun is interesting. It's good.
It's cool. And then Ho Ho Come, I've been seeing this game for a while, never played it. That was a big thing they were showing off on PS4. When the PS4 first got announced, they're kind of like showing this off with Vita. Like, this is a cross-buy game.
Yeah,
also Murasaki Baby.
Pretty good.
Yeah, Murasaki Baby was another game that was announced a while back as a big Vita thing. And I heard some mostly good things about it. Mostly good
Yeah,
things.
Murasaki Baby is a interesting game. Interesting.
Yeah, I hear it's a little. The controls are weird because it's so it's like there's so many parts of the game where you have to use the touch controls and it kind of gets in the way.
No.
Yeah, but yeah. So we'll see. But I don't know. I like this. There's a lot of games like I haven't played any of these. You know, and a lot of these I wanted to check out.
That's good.
So there's a lot of Vita content, a lot
Dive
of
deep
PS4
into
content there.
probably three of the best downloadable games. I can't speak for the other two since I've played them, but
Yeah,
yeah, these are a great selection of downloadable games that I don't understand why people are in a hissy fit because it's not a big AAA release
yeah,
now just reduced to being free on on
yeah.
PlayStation Plus. I don't really understand what people's quarrels
Got
are
those,
considering they probably never played those games.
got those people asking, "Where's our Bloodborne?" And it's like, oh god.
Or what was for what can we say for this month? Where's our
Mortal Kombat X.
yeah, where's our Mortal Kombat X?
Oh
Already?
my god. Yeah.
Jeez. They're thought I was entitled. Look at that. No, that is worse.
Yeah.
Where's MLB the show?
Oh yeah, it won't be the show.
Are you kidding
No,
me right
give me
now?
my early access to The Witcher 3. It's like,
Oh yeah, that ain't happening. But
yeah, no.
or everyone gets an Elder Scrolls Online beta. I wonder if there'll be just people being happy or just crickets.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right.
But let's see what else we got in news. This was something we monitor closely. But the first 10 songs of Guitar Hero Live got announced this past week.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, we talked in great length about how we feel about Guitar Hero Live about like 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
So you go check that out. And one of the things I was kind of, I think one of us complained was that, or at least cautious of, was like, what the hell is the soundtrack going to be like because of the, the setting, the whole like on stage thing, and they're going for that music festival thing where it's like a mix of genres.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so we kind of got a taste of it this week when because at first they confirmed bands, but they didn't confirm like specific songs. You know,
Yeah.
this is specific songs. They got. So I'm just gonna go down the list and see if we know any of these. Um, we got Ed Sheeran
Yes.
sing.
Uh huh.
I don't
I know.
I don't know that one.
It was quite a
Uh,
radio hit on that one last year.
I don't know that one. American Authors, Best Day of My Life.
Yes, that one
Uh,
I know.
I don't know that one. Jake Bug, What Doesn't Kill You.
Nope, not that one. No.
Nope, I don't know that one. Uh, Gary Clark Jr., Don't Owe You a Thing.
Nope.
I don't know that
No.
one.
No.
Band of Skulls, Asleep at the Wheel.
Yes.
I don't know that one. I don't know that one. Of Monsters and Men, Little Talks. Little
Yeah.
Talks. I don't know that one.
Heard that one.
Ultra Bridge, Cry of Achilles. I know that one.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Biffy Cairo, Sounds Like Balloons. I don't know that one.
Nope.
Blitz Kids, Sometimes.
Yep.
I don't know that. No, I don't know that one. The War on Drugs, Under the Pressure.
Nope.
I don't know that one. So out of these 10 songs, I only know one.
I know about half.
You know about half. Okay. Now I've heard of some of these bands. I've heard of Monsters and Men. I've heard of the War on Drugs. I just don't know any of their songs. I've heard of these band names, but I just don't know them. I don't know any of their songs. I don't know any of these songs, except for one.
We'll have to see on the rest of the set list here because from what we see right here is definitely something that's going to be quite different from possibly what Rock Band might be if it's of its top tier set list where we don't know if like maybe in Rock Band 4 they'll be have nostalgia songs. I always keep relying if they're ever going to have like older songs or like maybe some songs from the 2000s.
Yeah.
So for Guitar Hero to have this kind of deal here, at first glance, it's quite odd, a little bit, considering what the other Guitar Hero games had. But Warriors of Rock was very unfocused in terms of its soundtrack. But at least you had Five and even Band Heroes to an extent have somewhat of a focused soundtrack. But this is just another level. And then there's going to be a
Yeah.
whole lot of DLC when this game comes out. So
Yeah, I mean that's what I was already thinking right off the bat was, oh man, 10 songs, I only know one. It's not a good start,
yeah, we'll have
you
to
know.
see. For most
And
people, I mean, I'm
for
sure
most people,
people out
and
there know some of them, but
but I mean they already even put out like a developer diary thing where they're like behind the scenes and they were talking about how like we want this to be the most diverse
yeah.
soundtrack ever, and I'm like, I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing, you
Well,
know.
I mean, it's made by Freestyle Games, and that's what they kind of had a knack for in doing DJ Hero. Granted, that's a different game,
Yeah.
and they had to do mixes on their own for that.
Uh
But
huh.
this is licensed songs that you can't really alter.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like the unfortunate thing that Freestyle Games has to kind of overcome.
Yeah.
So we'll see. They're good music curators. I'm sure
Mhm.
maybe they'll at least have something good on the disc and for DLC. But at the moment right now, because I'm always down for discovering more music thanks to these games. But as of right now, I just for a
I
main
guess.
set list, I don't see it.
I guess, but it's just one of those things where, like, when it comes to something like this, you would kind of want to put your best foot forward a bit, you know, to get people excited.
Yeah, this
You would
is the
think.
first 10. Granted, we don't know how many songs will probably be in the game. My guess for like these games at this point to have it might sound a little bloated, but I would almost say maybe you got to have 100. Guitar
Yeah, I
Hero
mean,
should have no excuse because it's only one instrument, so you would think it would at least maybe have 100.
yeah, but you got to think too. They got to find
The
songs that work on the
license,
guitar, and you got to think all the work they put into film the live action bits for those songs. You think they sat there and wanted to film 100 of those?
yeah, it's Activision. They have plenty of money to do that.
Eh, I don't know. Filming 100 live performances, that'd be kind of crazy, you know.
How many songs do you think Rock Before will end up having?
I think Rock Band 4 would probably have
I would say
maybe
maybe
probably
eight. I would say
probably
maybe
80.
80 or 90.
Yeah, because they got to keep it at least the same number as what Rock Band 3 had. Rock Band 3 had like what 84 or something
Yeah,
like that.
had the largest.
So I'm
Like
thinking
Rock
at
Band
least
4 almost
that.
imagined 100 at one point, but I don't know about that due to budget constraints.
It'd probably be about 80, maybe around that number. Guitar Hero Live, I wouldn't be surprised if it's only like 50.
No, it won't. No, but that's what that would not have only just 50. 50.
It's dude, I'm telling you, man, all the work it's gonna take to film those live action bits. I don't think they really want to sit there and do too many, and the rest can be like. Well, I wonder what they're gonna. I don't
No,
think they're gonna do
I'll give
that.
you a
They can't.
number. I'll give you a number. At least 60. At least
Oh,
60. Yes, at
10 more
least
than
60.
what I said.
Yeah, well, 60. Fine. How about I'll go a little higher. 65 to 65 plus to 70.
Yeah. Because I mean, that's the thing. Like, I don't think they would. That would kind of That would kind of undermine the whole point of the game. But it'd be really weird if they said, okay, these like 50 songs have a live action bit, but like these other 20 songs, they're just in Guitar
The
Hero
music
TV. You
video.
have to play just the music video. That would seem a little lazy on their part to do something like that. Because I mean, that's just the way I see it. Like, I just don't see them, filming 100 live action
Hmm.
performances. I can see them filming like 50 and really push themselves like just to get 50 out, and then DLC is just going to be through Guitar Hero TV, which would mean you have to just watch the music video. It won't be a live action thing they have to
Yeah.
film again.
I know that's some practical things that you said there. I'm just not sure. I mean, I would just think this game would have to be quite big, so they got to put enough
Yeah,
that they can.
I don't
50
know.
songs, when you think about it, depending on the length of them, you can play that in a weekend.
Yeah, I
It's
don't know.
good.
I see 50 and 50 base ones with the live action thing, and then they'll probably throw in like maybe 20 or so that'll be like they'll announce it as like, oh, day one free DLC, but really it's just tracks that are on the Guitar Hero TV with just music videos,
Or on the GH radio.
GH radio, whatever the hell they're calling it, because they don't want it to be paid DLC, but they don't want it to be like they don't want to make it look like it's a part of the game, and they just didn't make the live action videos for it. So I don't know.
And depending
They'll
on the
put
live action bids are even at, though, first, we'll see if I even want to play every song with that in
yeah.
there. So,
So
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh,
But
and
we'll
then
see.
and then there was some confirmation from Harmonix about the Guitar Hero peripheral that's there, and they don't honestly know if it'll work until they get one
Yeah, they said as
and
soon as they get
maybe
their hands
test it.
on one, they'll
They'll
test it
see.
and see if they can make a patch or something.
Well, you never know. But I would have to test out the controller personally in order to see like would I actually like to play on this.
Yeah.
Because that was the disappointing. Another disappointing thing about Guitar Heroes that like I love the classic Guitar Hero controller, and it was always better than Rock Band's. But now that since we have a different Guitar Hero controller, I don't really know if I'll like it better than Rock Band's. So
Well, I mean, they already said if you they already said that Rock Band 4 is going to be backwards compatible with all the old instruments, even the Guitar Hero
I know,
ones.
but I need a new guitar. My guitar is broken.
Oh,
I
see,
have I have my
I still
drums and
got.
everything, but I need a good
See,
new
no,
guitar.
I'm still buying the whole band pack. But the thing about the whole band pack is it only comes with one guitar. You know, that's how it's always been.
Yeah,
Um, so it's like, well, if you want to play guitar and bass at the same time, you still need to go buy another guitar. So at least this way, even when I'm buying the full band pack, I can still use my Guitar Hero 3 guitar because that thing is rock solid. That I still have that thing and it works since Guitar Hero 3.
yeah,
But no, my drums it's usable, but it's not where it needs to be. We still need a new one. Uh, I guess we still got a mic, but you know it's always good to have another one.
good. You'll
Um,
get the Rock Band 4 one. I'm sure it'll be good.
yeah. So you know, I still need some new instruments, but I'm still glad I can at least use my Guitar Hero 3 guitar, you know, as like the bass or whatever.
Good. May is approaching. That means more Rock Band 4 details soon.
Yes, it's gonna
So
be.
then it won't get
We'll see.
crowded in all the E3 stuff.
Some songs. We need to announce some songs, show some gameplay, get some
Yes, like legit
buzz going
gameplay.
there.
That first video where I panicked, where I was like, "Oh my god, it's just Rock Band 3." Literally, like I panicked. I'm like, after 5 years, we get the same game. I did panic. Well, granted, base wise, but not the instrument, but base game wise is the same. But like the graphics and everything, I was like, "Oh my god, it's the same." I got scared. But no, that is
Yeah,
not. That was not. That was actually just Rock Band 3 that was playing on the TV in that video. You just need the
yeah,
official gameplay. All we have is that concept art, which is not much.
yeah. We'll see. Get to use the power of that PS4. Gonna make awesome graphics.
That's what they stated in that original PS4 video in the official announcement of the PS4.
Yep. So we'll see. But moving along, some other news. So let's see. Oh, this got announced sort of this week. This was a weird thing, more speculation than anything. Um, Telltale announced that they're partnering with Marvel to produce a game, but the game won't be out till 2017.
You know, that's one of their
And
like long term things. I mean, remember when Game of
yeah,
Thrones was announced, and they're like, "Oh, guess what? It's not coming until 2015." Well, it's starting in 2014, but like, it's not coming till this time. And we were like, "Man, that's so far." And then it came, and now this is another one of the long term things that we have. Oh boy,
yeah.
Telltale making quick announcements, but oh goodness, I like this partnership. That's cool. But I just out of all the game developers, I just kind of wish it was someone else. I mean, granted, we're gonna get a good story. That's basically a guarantee. But I just, you know me. I want my dream Marvel game. Like, oh, I love the Lego Marvel games. Those are fine, and we're gonna get another one this year. But I just want like, I want my like, at least T-rated Marvel game, legit game.
Well, this could be T-rated. Like all Telltale puts out is M-rated games now.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, who knows? Maybe this game could be M-rated. I don't know. It could be a
Yeah.
Punisher series for all we know. Well, that's the possibilities, right? Anything could be possible with this.
Well, yeah.
Um,
All they said was it's Marvel and Telltale, so it could literally be anything.
yeah, I know, right? Uh,
You
well,
know,
seeing
and
that
like
Telltale already does the multiple characters thing really well, like with Borderlands and Game of Thrones, I'm not really guarantee anything, but I'm starting to wonder if this is just like an Avengers series.
no, I think
No,
it's gonna be
no.
no. I think it's gonna be. Uh, watch me. It's going to be
Watch.
Howard the Duck. It's gonna be Howard the Duck
Could be.
because no, it could be, and I'm serious because like you know after the little cameo thing in Guardians of the Galaxy,
Really?
um,
Okay, yeah.
Marvel started a new Howard the Duck comic book.
Yeah.
That's going on right now, and I read the first two issues of it, and it's pretty good. And like as I'm reading it, like the art style and kind of the way it flows feels like it could be a Telltale thing, you know, because it's about Howard the Duck as a he's like a what is he? He's not a lawyer. He's a detective, private detective,
Wow.
and yeah, and he interacts with other Marvel heroes on his like cases and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that'd be a really fun thing to kind of bring to the Telltale kind of thing where you're like going, you're investigating, you're like looking for clues. It'd be kind of like them going back to Sam and Max, that
Yeah.
style of thing where kind of more like a really like emphasis on humor and kind of like doing like detective work and stuff
Yeah, we already
and kind
have
of
a
using a
we
very
have a
cartoony
Telltale
character.
series that was sort of like that.
Yeah,
And
I know,
granted,
but this
it
is
was in two separate series. You have Tales of the Borderlands for the humor and the detective work for Wolf Among Us. But that sounds plausible. But yeah, it's gotta be like, I'm not saying Howard the Duck's not iconic because he is pretty iconic. But like, I think you need the A list star. Yes, I'm serious.
okay.
Like I think you need the A list of things. I mean, even though
Yeah,
yes,
but
Telltale adapted something from DC
I
before,
guess.
and
But I
that
mean, the
wasn't
thing
really A
about
list, but it was
yeah,
different.
but
So maybe that could be their kind of more obscure kind of comic book line, which is Howard the Duck, and then bring that to more upfront, kind of like Wolf Among Us did. Because I don't
mhm,
think really as many people knew about that until now.
yeah. Because I mean,
So
that's just. I mean, I just feel like that works the format. I mean, it's the thing where like they always like to adapt popular, properties, but they always go off like these spin-off kind of like side characters, like The Walking Dead. It's in the universe of the comics, but you're playing as new characters. You
yeah,
know, in Game of Thrones, you actually are playing as characters that are mentioned in the book, but they're not developed in the book. So you're kind of developing them yourself.
hmm
Um, Wolf Among Us is a little bit different. That's more you retelling the
prequel.
story, prequel thing or something. Um, Actually, they did start a new comic that's based off of the Telltale story,
Yeah, Wolf Among Us did. Yeah.
but for Wolf Among Us. But for the most part, that's what it was. And with Minecraft, it's making a story, and then with Tales of Borderland, it's a prequel thing
And then
with new
their new
characters.
IP that's its own thing.
Yeah, so they like to kind of not necessarily be the main characters, but kind of like a side character coexisting. And I think Howard the Duck would be a fun thing to do because he's such a weird character, and he always interacts with other characters as he goes about his cases. Like he always runs into people
Like
he
who?
like he works across the hall from She-Hulk. Like they share an office building. Like his office is across the hall from her.
I don't know if people are really dying to see She-Hulk.
Oh, you'd be surprised. And in Spider-Man, in like issue number 1, he runs into Spider-Man because he's trying to find some. I don't know. He's trying to find like a necklace or something that got stolen, and then he's trying to solve the case, and it turns out Black Cat stole it. So he runs into Spider-Man, but then at the end he gets abducted by aliens, and he runs into the Guardians of the Galaxy. So it gets kind of ridiculous after a while. Like he just kind of gets sidetracked from his cases.
Huh.
So I mean
Comics.
that's something. Yeah, the comics. Yeah. So I mean that's just like that's the thing. Like it starts off as a regular morning, then he runs into Spider-Man, then next thing you know, he's in outer space with the Guardians of the Galaxy. So.
Yeah. Then again, it also has to serve something that would also be in the episodic format.
And it could work to that. There's always that mystery case thing where he's like, I'm gonna do this.
Maybe, but I also have faith that also A-list superheroes could have the same thing as well. Thor, Cap, Iron Man, Black Widow, maybe. I think that's plausible also.
Hmm.
But yeah. The hell. All right.
Alrighty. Sorry if there was a cut there or something. I don't know. We had a little technical snag right there. But yeah. Anyway, what we were just saying was that I was just saying like that's what I see. I just see Howard the Duck being some character they can use for a Telltale game. So that's just kind of what
I
I'm
say
thinking.
more of the A-list superheroes would be.
A
I
list.
think it's plausible that because you already have the movies, which already kind of have a somewhat episodic feel to them, anyways, and I think it could work.
Yeah,
Cap get his
I don't
own
know. I just don't
series.
think Telltale. I just think Telltale likes using side characters or more obscure characters rather than the main characters
Yeah,
of the stories.
very true.
Like I said, I think it's just follow the like the Game of Thrones route where you're playing as these kind of obscure characters,
But
but
like
you're
also
interacting
Game of
with the
Thrones
main
also has
characters.
the star power. It also has like other of the main characters from the show appearing in the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You play as these obscure characters, but you interact with the main characters from the show.
Oh yeah, which Game of Thrones does, and your proposed idea of Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
Very plausible. If Howard the Duck, could you switch characters, or do you only play as one?
Well, I guess you just play as Howard the Duck.
Ugh. I, I don't know if I can get behind that. Because the two Telltale series that we're playing right now, they both let you switch. They both switch characters.
So.
I just maybe.
So maybe.
Maybe.
But anyway, speaking of switching characters.
Yes, because that's the thing now. GTA 5. Well, not really. They created, but it started really the switching.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of switching characters, it was announced this past week that Batman Arkham Knight will support switching of characters in the game. Described as seamless switching of characters.
Like from another game maybe you played.
Oh, yeah, because you've wanted that so bad.
Well, yeah, here it is. But I don't understand how that was like a offshoot chance that would ever happen. Well, look, here we go. DC, bringing it home.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just...
That's awesome.
Batman.
I know, but it's Batman.
Batman.
You don't just
Batman.
you don't want this you don't want this Arkham universe shared. But look, I mean, these characters make sense for Batman. Come on, dude, it's the finale.
Oh yeah, they make sense.
It's not Superman. It's
I know.
Green
Lantern.
Lantern.
If it was, oh dear God, if it was Superman or Green Lantern, I swear to God.
Or Wonder Woman.
Yeah. No. I'm saying it makes sense.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it doesn't make sense.
I don't understand. It's within the criteria of Batman's universe. It's not like any other DC of the Justice League. It's like, what's wrong with that? I still want that game to happen one day where, yes, I go in open world and I switch between characters. But this is perfect.
Yeah. And I mean, it makes sense. It's not... Like it's just kind of like, I don't know. It just seems a little weird. It's like, when you're switching focus from the main character, he's Batman. And it's one of those things where like they say you can switch between them. So I'm like, so wait, so like let's say if I'm playing in a level, like I'm in the open world, I'm Batman. I switch to Robin. I start playing as Robin, doing some missions. And I can switch back because in the trailer they only showed like the combo switching.
Yes.
Which looks really weird because it reminds me of Marvel vs. Capcom 3, where you just like kick a guy in the air and you swap another character, kick him in the air, swap the new character, kick him in the air.
I guess so.
That's exactly what it looked like in the trailer.
Well, yeah, I've watched the trailer, and it just I don't. That's a fighting game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks like that, and I don't know. It just seems kind of weird in that sense, and I don't know. It also kind of feel weird if like as I'm playing the game, I'm Batman. So what? You tell me that you got 3 other characters hovering over me, just waiting for me to, whistle.
Not to whistle. Well, I think it's in the style of GTA 5 where like you have the characters that are separated from each other, and then you just switch them. Like when you're out of mission, you switch between them at will, and maybe Robin's doing his thing or Nightwing.
No, because if it's like it was in Arkham City, it was weird in Arkham City. In Arkham City, you had to go to a spot.
Yes, you have to go to a specific area.
And switch to Catwoman.
Well, yeah.
But they said it'd be seamless, so I'm assuming that means it's on the fly.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
So it won't be just, okay, if I press a button, I'm going to be across the city because that's where Robin's at.
Yeah, Robin's across the city, and you just go over to him, and then you...
No, you switch... No, from what it sounds like you switch to Robin right there on the spot.
So what do you say? It's like Lego Marvel... It's like Lego Batman, where like you just press L2, and like, oh, now it appears as Robin! That's not true. I don't think that's... They didn't show it in the trailer like that.
Well, they kind of did in the fighting. Like, oh, look, I press a button. Here's Robin swoops out of nowhere to do a punch. And then I press another button. Oop, Catwoman swoops out of nowhere to do a punch.
We'll see. We'll have to wait
You know?
until a gameplay video of that more.
Yeah, I want to see because they only showed the combat of it. They didn't show like when you're playing in the game because I don't know. I'm a little curious about it because I mean I don't want it to be straight up a knockoff of GTA in that sense where it copies the exact
Well, it's
mechanic.
gonna have to. I mean, in order to like work well, because in GTA 5 it did it so well. Because if they just take it and then kind of half do it, then that's not gonna work.
No, I don't know. They said seamlessly on the fly, so that makes it sound like it's just right there on the spot. Like you just switch that character right there. Um, which to me seems a bit weird because it's like I said, it's just kind of like, oh, I'm Batman, and I got three characters hovering over me, just waiting for me to call them in to punch somebody or switch out. And then it's another thing too, like how does that affect the story? Like, oh, if I'm playing as Robin this whole part, when I get to a cutscene, oh, I'm Batman. You know,
Well, I mean, that's
it's like
kind of the
that.
same. Um, of course, the GTA comparisons have to come, but I mean, whenever you're a certain character in a 3 character mission, and it does go to a cutscene, they generally have all 3 of the characters within that cutscene. It's not just one character.
Yeah,
Um, I was surprised that this was announced so late in this game. I would have thought this probably would have been maybe a touted feature that if it is to the level of what GTA is, which I'm almost thinking it probably won't be. But if it was there like that, then I'm surprised they haven't advertised this like a bit more. It's pretty
yeah.
close
That's
to
why I'm thinking
release.
it's not. That's why I'm thinking it's not that like thought out. Like in the sense where it's just playing as
Yeah,
new characters,
because
swapping out. Like it's not in the story so much,
now as I think about it, I'm starting to think that it's not on the same level of what GTA 5 was able to do with the multiple character switching, both in mission and out of world. Because if that was so, I'm surprised it's announced it this late. And if that is also so, then maybe that's probably a reason why the game was delayed 6 months.
Yeah.
For that possibly,
And I
I
mean,
don't know. Well, a number of things could always happen when the game gets delayed that much, but
yeah, because I mean, I do like that with this game you can actually play as Nightwing or Robin in the open world because that was the problem with the last game. It
yes,
was like, oh, play as Robin, and then when you get to play as Robin, it's like, oh, he's just in the challenge maps, and then
yeah,
they put out
no,
the
then that
Nightwing
sucked,
DLC,
right?
and
Yeah.
it's like, oh, only in the challenge maps. I'm like, why can't I go around the city and do this?
Well, I always thought about that because I don't know if they have like the same level of traversal as Batman does. Yeah, sure they could
They
parkour
they have
buildings,
grapple
but
hooks.
yeah,
They have no, they grapple hooks just like Batman.
even in the challenge maps they do it.
I guess I don't know.
Well, yeah, they probably do. Maybe they just didn't bother to put it there, I guess, or something. I don't know.
Yeah, so I do like that. I guess we'll be able to play these characters in the open world thing, but we'll see. Or yeah, even with Arkham Origins, play as Deathstroke, and it's like, yep, challenge maps. But
Now, do we want to talk about the less perfect thing about Batman Arkham Knight of the $40
well, wait,
season pass?
because what are we up to now? We're up to like what 5 playable characters in Arkham Knight.
Yeah, awesome.
So we got Batman, Nightwing, Robin, Catwoman, and Harley Quinn.
Yes.
And I don't know. They've been vague with her if she's gonna be just challenge maps or if she's gonna get her own like little story
Oh,
mission bit.
yeah, it has been. I'm gonna guess actual story mission bit.
Yeah, because I don't know because at first it sounded like a challenge map, but then Amazon put out some kind of description that said something about story missions, but they've never confirmed it. You know what it is you actually do when you play as her?
I'm gonna think it's story missions. It's just challenge missions. It's just this. I mean, yeah, it's behind the pre-order paywall, but it's.
I mean, it's like what happened with the Catwoman bits from Arkham City. It was like pre-order to play as Catwoman,
Ah.
and then like it wasn't even really a pre-order.
Yeah,
It
it
was
wasn't.
packed in the box.
Yeah, it was in the box. Yeah, because oh my gosh, if that were to happen, people would be mad that it's behind the pre-order paywall. I
And
don't
then
know.
like and it was really weird because like it was integrated into the story. Like when you'd play as Batman, like Batman would get knocked out, and then you switch to Catwoman. She does her own like little side story missions,
Yeah.
and then you switch back to Batman. So I wonder if it'd be something like that with the Harley Quinn missions.
Hmm.
We kind of like switch to her at some points.
Yeah.
But I mean, we'll see. Like I said, I mean it's fine. I guess because they're all Batman characters. But dear
Yeah.
God, if it was,
If it's
but
not
but I mean,
Justice
but
League.
But yeah, dear God, if it was the Justice League, then nope. I would be just like, nope.
You are not buying the game if you can like switch a not Superman. How about a less preposterous Justice League member? No, Cyborg. All of them
I
are
don't know,
pretty.
man. I just
If there was like one Justice League member where that automatically turned you off, you're like, DC,
yeah.
no. Would you be
Yeah,
done?
like
You would
no,
be
I'm like
done.
no, because I'm serious. Like I really stand by it. I don't want any Justice League people in this game.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry. We'll see. That's the big question mark about Arkham Knight
I
for the
feel it's
story
just too
wise.
late at this. I feel it's just too late at this point. Like the whole point in this game is that
Huh?
it's Arkham Knight. It's
Yeah.
the final story of Batman's trilogy, and to have Batman go through all this, go through 3 games or 4 games fighting his way, getting nearly beaten to death at times, and then Superman just shows up and says, "Hey,
You just-
can I help you?"
Batman's
And
like,
Batman's
"No."
like, "No." Batman's like, "No," and Superman flies away, and that's it. So it completely undermines everything the player has done to this point because Superman exists, and Superman could have beat the whole trilogy in 5 minutes.
Well, we know he exists, but like
Well, he exists,
within
yeah,
the like whole
but
like epsilon of Batman Arkham, we don't want.
but to see him in front of you, and he offers help, and you just say no, and then you just think to yourself, "Oh crap, what I'm doing is stupid," because Superman could have done this in like 5 seconds. Like to me, that undermines you as a character.
Oh, dude, we could like talk about for a whole hour, like go down through the characters, what your reaction. Not just Superman. Like, what if you had Flash?
Well, no, really,
Would
it's
say-
any. Well,
it's any of them.
Any character.
It's any of them.
Any character because
They're
it's the
gone?
same.
They're
it's the
basically
same,
gone?
It's the same. It's the same deal. Like, oh, Wonder Woman. Oh, you can fly, have super strength. I have to, use a grapple hook and glide and
Flash.
perfect my combos to take down enemies. And you can just punch things. Same thing with Green Lantern. With I'm Batman and I have to do combos and and have my bones broken and stuff. But freaking Green Lantern can make a whole jet appear out of nowhere and slam into some enemies.
What about
it
Flash?
Flash would kind of be the same thing because it's like, oh, you can do your combo super fast and take down people. Where I have to learn timing, as Batman.
Huh.
I have to learn timing and know when to use my gadgets and all this and that. You're Flash. You don't need to worry about timing. You're fast.
Cyborg?
Cyborg has a gun for a hand. He can just zap everybody with like freaking a laser or something.
Ooh, we're going to talk
like a
about
stun
people
cannon.
with guns with their hands later.
Yeah. So I don't know. It just seems like if any of these Justice League people show up, it would just completely undermine Batman's struggle.
So
You know
any
what I mean?
member of the Justice League other than
Like, the
Batman
only
shows
one-
up, that you're done.
Yeah, the only
Any.
one that could work would be maybe Green Arrow because he has no powers either.
Yeah, that was one that my friend was also saying. He said that after that this Arkham trilogy wraps up, he wants a Green Arrow game.
Yeah, like Green Arrow. I think I'd be fine if Green Arrow shows up because he's not.
Yeah.
superpowered.
I don't know why that one didn't pop in my head, but yeah. What about
Yeah.
Green
Green
Arrow?
Arrow, I think-
you'd
yeah, I'd
be
be
fine
fine
with
with
Green
Green
Arrow.
Arrow.
You would be totally.
I'd be fine with
that.
Green Arrow because he's like Batman. He's just skilled. He's not superpowered.
Well,
But if
no,
any-
no,
if any-
but okay, yeah, keep going.
Yeah. Green Arrow's not like superpowered. He's skilled, so he's similar to Batman. He gets Batman's struggle because he's like, oh, I gotta train and get to where I need to be. But if any like superpowered person shows up, it just really undermines Batman and undermines you as a player because it's like, oh, I have to learn combos. I have to learn how to, navigate and use all the gadgets and stuff. And then freaking God mode Superman shows up and it's like, oh, I can beat this game in 5 seconds if you just play as me.
Oh, but then it would be Rocksteady, so they would make a really good Superman game, not like crap, but all the Superman games have been pretty crappy, so there's never been a
Yeah.
good Superman game.
That's why. That was the thing too. Watching the trailer showing all the characters doing their combo things, I was thinking, "Oh my god, this is why they need to do a Ninja Turtle game."
No, they need to do the Justice League game. That was Justice League game, or a Green Arrow game would also be good.
Now Rocksteady presents Ninja Turtles. It'd be awesome. Do that combo. Do the combat from Batman. Apply it to the Ninja Turtles. That'd be awesome.
This is an open
Throw some
world New York
stealth.
City. Yeah, there's appeal there.
Yeah, throwing some stealth in there. Open world.
Yeah, the Ninja Turtles
Yeah.
games have been pretty crappy in recent memory.
Yeah. I'd be excited if Rocksteady said they're making a Ninja Turtle game. That'd be something.
I think they would still go with DC Universe stuff. DC.
Warner Brothers won't let them go.
No, or then better yet, with the movies going on with Ninja Turtles right now, I don't know. Granted, Batman Arkham is pretty separate from Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
We don't know that. the Superman in it in Arkham.
Like I said, I stand by it. If Superman everybody shows up,
What if Superman shows up in the credits? Or not in the credits, but like toward the end. What if he shows up in the end?
maybe like a post credit scene.
Yeah,
You mean?
maybe like either a post credit scene or like in the toward the end, like after he's done with his battle. Like if he defeats Arkham Knight or whatever.
I mean,
like he's there.
I mean, maybe just so it could be like a tease of a Justice League game, but it still feels like he undermines what the player has done.
I'm so excited to see if there will be just to see your reaction. Well, like that would be the day if that happens. I take the screenshot. I'm like, I get to a farther place than you and take the screenshot, and you're just like,
oh yeah, I get that screenshot. I'm just like, oh, I'm done with this game.
You're trading in.
Yep, trading this game in. Just like, nope.
You're done. After
I'm
all
done
that,
trading this game in.
Due to the fact that, like, you say the game's like amazing, which it probably will be, but it would be amazing. You're just like,
if Superman shows up, here's how I'm gonna do. If Superman shows up,
and you're like still
this game
playing.
goes from like if this game's a 10 out of 10 and Superman shows up, it's automatically a 9. It automatically loses 1 point
What?
if Superman shows up.
Because of that inherent story and logic flaw behind the whole entire series.
Yes.
Now it just totally kills it.
You flawed the story and the immersion of being Batman, and this is Batman game.
Yeah, that makes sense for like the overall goal, but like it doesn't affect the gameplay.
You lose a point, and you're not my game of the year. You will not. This game will not be my game of the year.
Superman is in the game. It's a pretty big contingency.
No, it is a big deal. If Superman shows up in the game,
You're done.
The game automatically loses 1 point from me, and it will not be my game of the year.
No matter how good the preceding story is.
No matter how good it is.
I don't know. I'd fall for it. I'd be fine if Superman comes.
But you don't get it. You don't get the psyche of Batman.
Yeah, but I understand the whole story and like the way it's supposed to be with, especially from Arkham and then City, and then just having like the god of Superman coming, it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. But I mean, I wouldn't mind it too much. DC is fine.
No.
Anyways, we need to move on to what is probably most prevalent of Batman Arkham Knight, other than Superman showing up. It is the $40 season pass showing up of Batman Arkham Knight.
$40 season pass.
The $40 season pass paywall. Not paywall,
Yep.
but there is a pre-order paywall possibly of this game, but we don't know if it's just a Harley Quinn stuff. But it could probably just you buy it regularly without even pre-order.
Yeah.
Because I'm probably gonna buy the game physical, and I'm probably not gonna pre-order Batman Arkham Knight.
Why wouldn't you?
No, I'm just not. I'm not gonna. No. I'm not worried about copies running out or anything like that. I'm probably just gonna walk up, not the GameStop, but I'll probably buy it somewhere else, and I'll probably still be there. The Harley Quinn stuff. I mean, I don't know how much space the game's gonna take up and everything. I'm probably gonna buy it physical at this point. Not that this news had turned me off to buying it digital, but I'm probably just. I always envisioned that I was probably gonna buy it physical, and then we've heard of like how much space the game's gonna take up, right? It's gonna take up a lot of space.
Yeah.
So
something a lot.
Yeah, probably gonna want it on disc. But yeah, a lot of people are getting angry about the $40 season pass, which comes with what again? Monthly content.
Yeah, that says the season pass is supposed to be like 6 months worth of content. They said it would include story missions,
a variety of things.
Story missions, character skins, Batmobile skins, new race missions, villains invading Gotham, whatever that means.
Whatever that means, villains.
Yeah, that's what they said. It just said new villains invading Gotham, and I'm like,
Calendar Man's gonna come back then.
Calendar Man,
and DLC.
I don't know.
Terrible.
If I'm gonna guess what this DLC is going to be, I am almost sure one of it is going to be letting you play as the Arkham Knight.
Yeah, well, considering how many playable characters we already have in this game.
Yeah, I'm almost guaranteeing that's one.
Yeah,
of the
he
DLCs
even looks like a character that you actually just want to play as, because like even though Joker, you played as him in the first game on PS3. I mean, I was never dying like, oh, I really want. Okay, yeah, Joker's cool to play as, but like I was never dying to like, oh, I really want to play as Joker. Arkham Knight looks like a character that like given his badass moves and the way he looks, that's a character I want to play as.
Yeah. So I guess there's gonna be that.
Well,
The
we don't
character
know that for
skins.
sure, but we would hope so.
I'm pretty sure.
We hope so.
Or
You never know.
or by God, Superman.
Superman.
DLC.
What if, yeah, well, that's another. What if he's a DLC?
Oh dear God! Oh God! You could play as him. You can. That'd be. Oh, that would totally prove my point. If you play as Superman the DLC, you can like speed run the game.
Dude, not
And,
speedrun the game, but let's say if there's any Justice League member as DLC, that would already cut off the Game of the Year thing.
Yeah, because like you can speed run the game because like they would have to make it realistic. Like, oh, I can knock out everybody in the room with at least one hit.
Okay, you would have to retool.
Or,
you would have to retool like the entire game.
Bullets
if Superman...
can't hurt me. I don't need armor. I don't need to buy armor upgrades to protect me from bullets because I'm freaking Superman.
You would have you would have to retool the whole game in order to play as Superman that way because like the traversal, the flying, and everything, you would like fly into everything.
Yeah.
You would have to retool the entire game to do that. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah. God, I hope not. But for $40, you would hope we get something.
$40. Yeah, terrible. People don't buy the season pass. No matter how good the game will be, I'm sure this game's already going to support plenty of content already, given how many characters you could already play as. As of right now, yeah, don't buy it.
I mean, this is this is a lot, especially for a single player game.
Yeah,
$40. I mean, we've seen $50 ones for like Battlefield and Call of Duty. But I mean, it's that you kind of know what you're getting. You're getting map packs or whatever. But with this game, we're not really sure what we're getting, and it's a single player game, so there's got to be, hopefully, significant content. Like it can't just be character skins and stuff. It's got to be something to keep you playing. It can't just be like, hey, play the game again as the animated Batman, or play the game again as Batman Beyond. You know, that sort of thing. It's got to be more than just that.
The modern gaming business model. It's killing the best. It's killing the best reputations of probably the best game developers.
Or oh yeah, play the game again as the Batman versus Superman Batman.
Oh, now you have my attention.
That's different now.
No, but I would not pay $40 just to have that alone. I mean, probably you could buy that separate.
No, yeah, you can buy that separate.
Yeah, but like that does kind of.
You play as the Batman.
And the only thing he says, "Do you bleed?"
Big armor. You got the big armor, light up eyes, and every time he punches a guy, "Do you bleed?" Everybody.
And the enemies say, "I do."
I do. Just stop it.
Oh my God, dude! If you could play as Batman versus Superman Batman, that would be amazing, dude. That would be fantastic. The glow of eye, yeah, dude, that would be pretty tight. I would love that. And I wonder if you could get different skins for your Batmobile.
Oh yeah, you could play as the Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, dude, you're awesome.
Play as the Batman Returns one, the one that looked really weird. That's what they said, Legacy cars or something like that. So
and then Tumblr from The Dark Knight. Tumblr would be pretty awesome too, dude.
But yeah, you could probably do those Tumblr and all that. Tumblr, whatever that means. And you know, God, they said the Adam West one, that Adam West car with a little flame on the back.
Wait, this is real? You're not making this up? Wait.
What?
Oh, you're just making it up.
No. They said that because that's part of the PS4 exclusive content is you get to play as the Adam West Batman.
Oh, boy.
So you get to play this gritty, M-rated Batman game as Adam West's Batman.
It's fine with me.
You know, so it'd be something. But yeah, so like I said, it's just one of those things where I guess we got to kind of see what they're promising us content-wise.
Yeah,
before people kind of buckle down on $40.
Yeah, I know. This isn't fair to people. Like, people should make a statement. Like, don't buy this pack yet, or like, better yet, don't even. I don't know if I should say go as far as don't pre-order the game, but I don't know. Because you already know there's going to be a complete edition of this game, just like the other two Batman Arkham games. So, I mean, it's not the same situation as Mortal Kombat, though, where you're like, oh, I can definitely wait. But Arkham Knight
Yeah.
has been a very hotly anticipated game that has been in development for a long time. Same with Mortal Kombat, but that's different also. I know where my
Yeah.
priorities lie, but it's just I don't know.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Rocksteady. Look, I know everyone else falters too for the DLC too. Even the best of us, Rockstar, Naughty Dog, and whatnot. But this is ridiculous. This is on another level.
Yeah. We'll see.
They need to stop while they're ahead.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I don't know. I don't want to go. I don't want us to go too overtime this week. But,
What are we at already?
we're at 50 minutes.
50? All right, come on. Let's go to the last bit.
No, that's the thing. I got two big topics left.
Oh
but we
boy.
only got time to talk about one.
I'm sure
So which one do you
one
wanna
will
talk
be
about?
less than the other. What's the go with the one that you think is less?
The one I think is less.
Yeah, one is lesser. Like it would be less.
Well, one we might be able to talk about quick, and the other one I feel is a bit more.
We'll see. Let's go.
All right.
Hyperdrive.
Well, okay. Well, we'll go try to go fast. So Black Ops 3 got officially
Okay, yeah,
announced and shown off
this one
this
will be
week.
less. Yeah. Okay.
So we'll just hurry and go over this. So yeah, Black Ops 3 got announced. They had the trailer, gameplay. A few interesting things I pulled from this. One, actually, there's three things. One, it comes out November 6th.
Mhm.
That's the release date. That's a Friday, so that's something new for them, releasing on a Friday.
Which is much better. I mean, the Tuesdays with COD thing with me, and then I'll be in
Yeah.
school. It's a lot better for the weekend. So it's
Oh, yeah, you
better
can play all weekend.
COD.
So that's good.
And as far as we know, no Day Zero edition, which is good. Good.
Well, no, they said the beta. That's their thing.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
kind
Well,
of
yeah,
gonna
yeah. The
replace
beta
that.
is their thing now, but yeah.
'Cause that's another big thing too, because they haven't had a beta for Call of Duty game
Since
in
World at War.
a while. World at War. Yeah, so they're doing a beta for once. So that's something different. So people get a head start playing it. So I don't know if that's smart for them because people like to critique the multiplayer portions of Call of Duty.
Yeah, well that means that's good. They can change whatever they need to change.
Yeah, but
Huh?
I don't know. Betas nowadays, I don't know how much different it is from beta to final game.
We'll see.
So we'll see. So I mean that's a big thing. There's a beta coming out, and the other big thing is they've been really vague, but we don't know if there's a PS3 and a 360 version of the game.
No, I hope not. So then we don't have your developer High Moon Studios working on it.
Yeah.
No.
Well, it's just they've been vague on it. Like the announcement said PS3, They said pre-order on PS4, Xbox One, or PC to get the beta access.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were like, oh, well, maybe the beta is just on new systems. But then at the press announcement, people were asking them, like, hey, is there a PS3 and Xbox 360 version?
Yeah.
And Treyarch just said, we're not developing a PS3 and 360 version.
Right.
So they asked Activision, well, is someone else going to do the last gen version? They just had no comment. They said we have no announcements at this time. So it's a little up in the air if we're even getting a Call of Duty on PS3 and 360 this year. So that's a really big deal for Activision if they do say, okay, Call of Duty this year is next gen only.
If there is a possibility of a PS3 version.
Well, they didn't say. All they said was when they asked Activision was, we don't have anything to announce at this time as far as other platforms.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's kind of up in the air. Like I said, there might be a chance that we're getting a next-gen only Call of Duty, like no previous gen. Which is a pretty big deal, because it's Call of Duty. It's, the biggest thing every year. So it's a big deal for that company saying, hey, we're next-gen only now.
Yeah, that means all the others should follow suit, and then other Activision franchises. Like, I think from now on, you're going to see probably the only Activision franchise that you will see go cross-platform is probably just the Toy to Life games that they have, which is just Skylanders.
Because, dude, Skylanders still on the Wii. They still put out that game on the Wii.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. More power. But yeah, I just and then Destiny will also follow suit, the Destiny sequel. What is there to say about Black Ops 3 at this point? Everybody already knows. Everybody's seen the trailer. Jeez.
Yep.
this is the thing
That's something.
about it is definitely because we also have to remember that people need to think about before they jump to conclusions about it's just a ripoff of what they did last year. They definitely developed this within the same time, right? Wrong, right? This game has probably been in the development since late 2012.
Yeah,
So it's been in
but
development for 3 years. Same with what Advanced Warfare was. It just so happened
yeah,
that
but
similar
you think
themes.
there's to be some communication, like, hey, what are you working on? A futuristic
Yeah.
shooter? Oh, I'm working on a futuristic shooter too.
Oh well,
You know?
actually, behind the scenes on that, you would think so, right?
Yeah,
Apparently not so. Yes, they communicate on a personal level, like through Twitter, and then even sometimes, legitimately like on the phone and talk. But actually, with the stuff that they're working on, I'm pretty sure that Infinity Ward's not really upfront and talking to like Treyarch people about like, hey, this is what we're working on next for our Call of Duty next year.
that's stupid. You think they would because they want to know how everything works,
I
and
think
just making
they would
sure.
only really communicate that really to Activision as a company.
Oh yeah, Activision ain't gonna say nothing. Like, oh, you both working on a futuristic game? Whatever. You know.
But as we see right now, Black Ops 3 is strikingly similar to not that strikingly similar to Advanced Warfare in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Graphically, um, it it definitely looks better than Advanced Warfare from what we've seen so far, but it's not jumping at me the same way as Ghost to Advanced Warfare was, which kind of makes sense because
Yeah.
Ghost was really a game that was really held back from being on next gen. I mean, last gen, and then to moving on to next gen. And then Advanced Warfare was kind of that leap we kind of wanted for a while, and where
Yeah.
you had the PS3 version look really rough in
Yeah.
comparison. Um,
Well, Well,
yeah.
for me, the one thing that's got me excited for this game is the possibility that's next gen only.
Yes.
And it's just really focused on that. And the other big thing is 4-player, single player co-op,
Yes. Because
campaign co-op.
this is the thing that I have always envisioned of Call of Duty having since the original Black Ops, because you're
Hmm.
always with a squad of members, and it's very rare in Call of Duty that you're ever by yourself.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So I'm glad that's there, so we can finally play online in the campaign. And it's like, oh, now we can get through the campaigns even faster.
maybe we don't know. Um,
You know,
we don't know if it might be longer, since you would have to maybe do that, and then
yeah.
with that, we would also probably care less about the story, right? Because it's co-op and you have Mike's talking and all that. I don't know how that
We're like,
works.
hey, you shooting stuff? I'm shooting stuff too. Hey, trying to get to the next level. Hey,
Um,
it's like,
Not that I really even care about the Black Ops story at this point, honestly, because Black Ops 2 literally made no sense whatsoever, and you had the multiple
we'll
endings.
just we're just gonna be sitting there talking about like Agents of Shield or something. Like, hey, you watch Agents of Shield last
Oh,
night?
yeah.
Sure
I
did.
care more about the story and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. than Black Ops in general. I don't like. The granted, that's another medium and topic, but I care more about that than the story of Black Ops, because Black Ops 2 literally screwed everything over, and I didn't even care at that point. Granted, I especially with that very first trailer, that the film or whatever that was very interesting with its themes and um, everything that it borrows from other games, Deus Ex and Metal Gear. That was interesting, but I
Yeah,
just don't know if the story will benefit having people talk over the mic in when you play the game.
yeah,
I kind of like Call of Duty for its cinematic experience, and I wonder if they can bring that over in co-op form.
yeah. We'll see. But I do like that it is co-op, even if we're not going to be focusing on the story. It'll still be just nice to
Mm-hmm.
finally have that. And the cool thing is too, it's 4-player split screen. So like, even if you're like doing couch co-op, you can do 4-player split screen,
Oh,
like through the campaign.
good. People thought
So
split screen
yeah,
was dead. They're wrong.
yeah. There you go. Here's a game supporting it, of all things, Call of Duty. But so that's there. So that's the one thing that's got me excited is the co-op. I'm excited for that portion.
You'll buy it anyways.
Um, oh
It's
dear God.
a
Like
guarantee.
we'll see. I don't know. Something always gets me. Something always ends up getting me to buy the game every year.
Whether it's a buy two get one free or you buy it anyways, you'll buy it.
Well, for this year, it'll probably be the co-op. It's going to push me over the edge because now I know friends are going to get in. They're going to be like, "Hey, want to play the co-op? Want to play the story?"
Yeah,
You
you're
want to do
friends,
that?
dude. Me, you, Chief, and someone else.
No, he don't like Call of Duty.
He's a liar.
He didn't buy the. He didn't buy the other
That
one.
is true. He didn't buy Advanced Warfare at all. I've never seen him play Advanced Warfare.
So.
Yeah, he don't like Call of Duty. How does he not like? Whatever. That's another thing.
Yeah, don't finish that sentence because people are gonna attack you.
Like they haven't for other things.
But yeah, but we're at the 1 hour mark, and I don't know. There is a big topic we skipped, but
I think unfortunately that's gonna happen, dude. That could be a whole separate podcast.
yeah, I mean, it could be a separate podcast, or we could save it for next week. Probably should.
I think story for next
So
week.
I do want to kind of keep this at the hour mark and not like an hour and 20 minutes like we've been doing. So yeah, so we'll see if you guys can guess what big topic we skipped this week. You know,
Does something
you guys can
happen?
figure it out. Yeah, there's a pretty big topic we skipped, but we'll see if these guys can figure it out, and maybe they can send us questions about it. So yeah, if you can name what big topic we skipped this week, you can send us questions about it. We'll talk about it next week. We'll talk about it at the top of the show.
Yeah, it probably
We'll get
didn't
right to
matter.
it. No, if you don't know what it is.
What, me?
Yeah, you don't know what it is.
I have an idea.
Okay, well I'll tell you once we stop recording. But anyway, like I said, we'll just wrap up and we'll probably save that other bit for next week.
With that?
But yeah, with that, yeah. So that this is so with that, this has been the PSBS, the PlayStation Bull Session Podcast. This is episode 14. I'm your host, Coach TPS and Body Voice. My co-host here is
Andrew Reynolds, Double is. Everybody have a good week. Possibly in games and in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
With a certain movie coming out this weekend, which is pretty big, and I'm pretty sure a lot of gamer folk out there do like comic book movies. Yeah. So enjoy all of that.
Mm-hmm. And if you want to send us any questions, you can do that. You can send us through YouTube comments, YouTube channel. Send it to me on PS and Body Boys. My co-host PS and Double is. You can comment. We have a Facebook fan page you can go to. You can comment on that, message on that. Forgot to say it at the top of the hour, but hopefully you'll have seen it by now. But we do have MP3 downloads now. You can download the episodes through SoundCloud. I put a link in the description on YouTube to go to that, so you can download, listen wherever. I think that's it. So yeah. Like I said, have a good week, and hopefully we'll see you guys next week on the PSBS. And